All right, so here is your note guide for rhetoric in the justice system. The first question, so I guess the goal for today is to consider all the imperfections and complexities of the justice system so that we can really think about like the ideal of justice versus like what we're dealing with because of like human frailty. And so that's kind of the goal today, is really looking at the human aspect of justice as well as the ideal, so we can kind of see how they do and don't come together. So the first question you need to answer, so justice has three definitions according to the law: fairness, moral rightness, or a scheme or system of law in which every person receives their due from the system, including rights both natural and legal. Do you feel this is a good definition of justice? Why or why not? How do you think justice should be defined? So you're just going to answer this question in your own words, a couple of sentences, mostly opinion. So the next thing we're going to do is talk about rhetoric. So we have this diagram here, and I'm going to break down, I'll tell you what A, B, and C are, which are the corners, and then I'll tell you the sides, and you'll just jot them down here. And then we will talk about ethos, pathos, and logos. Sorry for the bell. I'll give you the definition and an example, and you'll write these down. And then you will go to the article. So it's on Canvas. Let me find it right here. So rhetoric and the justice system. You will just click on this article here to get the courtroom vocabulary, which you'll put in your own words. And then you'll also find, so there's two main rhetorical appeals. You could argue all three are present, but it's mostly two, and one is pretty lacking. So you'll tell me an example of the two that are there, and then tell me which one's lacking. And then the last two questions are just opinion questions based on, this lesson. Do you think we can know for sure if justice is achieved? Why or why not? And then in your opinion, what's the most important requirement for achieving justice? I highly recommend coming to the Google Meet if you can, just for this one. There's really a lot to discuss as far as the rhetoric and the fairness of this case. But if you can't, totally fine. You will do great on your own. I have it all recorded below.